darkness. This is Reticent XO. I did run into a problem with Kell's Fall. Obviously, rerun this exotic mission 3 times for the story mission. I know this is an old story mission, but because we're going into officially leaving out of the Light Dark Saga, I wanted to finish, all to tie up all the loose ends and finish all the other story campaigns, at least on my Warlock. And so I went into this, having followed the guide from Ebontis. And so I finally got to the third time that I'm running this. And so I was pretty comfortable with the mechanics and how everything worked. And I felt like this was going to be pretty straightforward, but it turned out that it wasn't. And so I think that it's glitched. Now see, Fikrul has, he started his first attack. So I shoot the mirror. I go into the mirror realm where everything's backwards. And so I know I'm supposed to pick up, I guess it's like 10 motes that drop from these guys here. So pick up 10 of those before they disappear. And I try to pick them up pretty quickly. And yeah, using my hammerhead. I think I brought in a pulse and then Osteostriga in here. So, I felt like I was, I broke the mirror, and so now Fikrul's vulnerable, and I'm starting at the damage phase. I'm kind of scared that I'm gonna die, but most of his health is already gone. I tried to use my powered melee, but it wasn't. I guess I was out. But anyway. So as you can see, his health is maybe 1%, if that, 0.5%. I took a lot of health out of him. And so now I'm thinking that, okay, once I come back in this room, Fikrul will be, I'll just shoot him a few times and he'll be gone. But when I got back in, as you can see, he's not doing anything. He was just standing there, like in a position where he was still getting shot. And so I thought, well, I don't know, he's not supposed to be doing that. He's supposed to go through the first phase basically all over again, where I shoot the 2 chieftains, I think they're called, and then he's supposed to prepare his next attack, which was the same as the first time around. And then he would teleport in here once I jumped through the mirror again. And that was supposed to be it. But he never triggered the second phase. And I think I played this for over an hour. And he never triggered the second phase. So then it got to the point where I decided, okay, I'm going to 1-phase him, which is what I tried to do on this particular run. But then he didn't die. He just kept having like a sliver, like a literal sliver of health left. And he just never would die when I tried to 1-phase him. So on this particular run, I decided, okay, instead of trying to 1-phase him, maybe taking out too much health is, or like just barely not killing them is causing a glitch. So I decided to try to take it easy on him on the first phase and see if that would work. But yeah, you would come in and basically both phases are the same thing. The enemies would spawn in this particular room. You would kill them all. And then Fikrul would he would go into his special attack or whatever he was doing. So you have to jump through the mirror before he does that. Before he actually attacks, or you'll die. So I don't know. Like I said, I don't think that I missed a step in terms of what I was supposed to do. But yeah, I see it says Fikrul prepares an attack, right? So now I'm in the mirror. I don't know where you call this place, but they have throne room spelled backwards, and like, yeah, it's flipped. The text is flipped. And then it got to a point where I really wasn't using my machine gun as much as I should have. But yeah, at this point, I had died at least 10 times. Basically stuck on the same last phase of this mission. So there he is. I break the mirror. He's supposed to be vulnerable. So I figure I'm gonna look at my Nova Bomb. My Nova Bomb completely trails off into nowhere. It didn't even go at him. Oh my gosh. So then I thought, okay, I didn't really do any damage to him on the first phase at all. But anyway, so he disappeared like he was supposed to. The mirror becomes active again. I do think that I stayed in here too long on this run. Like I should have just broke through the mirror, but I'm kind of trying to take my time to see if he's not going to be glitched or frozen or whatever when I jump back through the mirror to start the second phase. So I'm just hanging around, not doing anything. Nothing much. I think this is LC's rifle, the Pulse, which I really don't use that much. I think this row has destabilizing rounds. It's okay, but Hammerhead in this room is much more effective. But I think in part 2 I was trying to save my heavy ammo, because like I said, that first phase I didn't do a lot of damage on this run. This run was like the complete opposite of the one before this in terms of how much damage I did. Now I know I almost died. I was like, I cannot die right here. So that's when I took out the machine gun. Oh boy. I should have been using Hammerhead more during this part. Yeah, but I think Hammerhead on mine, I have destabilizing rounds paired with something else. I can't remember what it's paired with, but so I go ahead and say, okay, I don't want to die back here, so I jump through. And as I understand it, there's supposed to be a spawn on this side of the room and a spawn on the other side of the room, or towards the middle of the room where Fikrul is. And I just, see how that second group isn't spawning, or at least I can't see them. Or maybe I think it's maybe 3 groups that spawn in here. But anyway, that first group is gone. And so now I'm looking, because I know it's supposed to be at least 2 different groups that spawn in. But I don't think that second guy with the shield, the void shield, I don't think that he ever spawned in. And if that guy doesn't spawn in, Cause he spawns in, you kill him, and then that's what triggers Fikrul's that's what triggers him to start his special attack. And then you shoot the mirror, you jump back through there. But now there is no more spawns, and he hasn't started his attack. So there is no text on the screen saying Fikrul is beginning his attack. There's nothing. So I'm waiting for the text to come on the screen to tell me he's starting his attack, so I can go back through the mirror. But he isn't starting his attack, so the mirror is not unlocking. And I'm like, what's going on with the mirror? What's going on with him attacking? And there's nothing spawning in as far as like other enemies, like nothing spawning in. He's not starting, Fikrul's not starting the attack. The mirror's not active. So I'm just walking around like, what am I supposed to do? Because if I got it right the first phase, it should be the exact same way the second time around. So I'm like, I don't know what's going on. So at this point, I returned to orbit, and I was so upset. I got to step 14 of 17 for Act 3, Kill of Kills, and I couldn't even finish the last part of the mission, the exotic mission, so I just started abandoning stuff. Oh man, it was bad. But yeah, if I missed something that I was supposed to do and didn't do, which caused a glitch or something like that, you guys can let me know. Alright, see you guys later. Take care.